We're here with Eylon Levi, who was a former government spokesperson. You were a very important voice defending Israel in the early days, weeks, and months of the war after October 7th. Here we are in Auschwitz, walking from Auschwitz to Birkenau, and you see here a lot of the similar themes that we experienced on October 7th in Israel. Tell me why you think this year's march is so important and what you're taking away from it.
This march is so important because we've been vowing never again, and the last time that anti-Semites incinerated Jews to an ash was 7 months ago. It's important because right now there are Holocaust survivors who have to suffer the torment and indignity of having grandchildren who are hostages in the hands of terrorists who burned whole families alive. And it's important because right now we're seeing a horrific upswell of anti-Semitism around the world. And people are beginning to wake up. There is a diaspora awakening right now from people who'd stuck their heads in the sand, realizing that actually the enlightened world is darker than they thought it was. When you see on campuses movements saying that fighting against Israel is an LGBT cause and a police brutality cause and a climate justice cause, what they're doing is the classic anti-Semitic model of saying all the problems in the world have a common source. That problem is the Jews.
Classic
fix the Jews and you fix the world. Exactly. Because if they think that the original sin of their societies is colonialism and white settler violence and imperialism, they take the story of a persecuted and scattered people returning to their ancestral homeland. This is historically indisputable. And to spin that as a story of colonialism is a way for them to deflect their own society's guilt onto the Jews. And yes, use a scapegoat.
What do you think is the message that you would like to pass to people that are watching this broadcast around the world right now?
First of all, if we're talking about Jewish communities, the importance of unity. If we don't stand tall, united, our enemies are going to pick us off one by one and eat us alive. We do not have the luxury of continuing our Jewish wars, and that's why it was so inspiring in the early days of the war to see how Israeli society came together. That diaspora awakening has to continue. Gen Z, Gen Zionists, I call them, realize that being a Zionist, being a Jew means standing up to the bullies. You can't let them call you names, you can't let them beat you down, you have to stand up, be counted, and fight back against the wave of anti-Semitism that we are seeing now, because we can't allow it to win. And what the Holocaust reminds us, perhaps different from other anti-Semitic persecutions in the past, is that even in the most advanced, sophisticated societies, and specifically in the most advanced, sophisticated societies, are capable of the most horrific hatred and violence. We have to stop it in its tracks before it's too late.
Eylon Levi, thank you so much for being with us here on March of the Living.
Thank you very much, Alex.